country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid. Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it. And, undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to JD.
The Democrats are in full-on panic mode, trying to claw back support from the American public, and somehow every move just makes things worse. Enter Bill Maher. In his latest monologue, he ripped the DNC to shreds, exposing their clueless, tone-deaf tactics that crash harder than a failed joke. Brutal, biting, and laugh-out-loud funny. If you're here for raw, unfiltered political takedowns, make sure to subscribe because this one's a mustache watch.
I want to get to something very important. How many know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time, so they had a meeting up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. I'm not making this up, where they served mini lobster rolls and had heirloom tomato carpaccio and seared sea bass in their conclave to decide how to win back the American.
Bill Maher opened his monologue by ripping into the Democrats' latest stunt to win back American men, the same voters they bled last year. His reaction? A mix of disbelief and laughter. Instead of actually listening to the men they lost, the DNC staged a glitzy hotel gala, serving up gourmet meals with a side of political theater. Because nothing says we understand the working class like lobster rolls under chandeliers. Maher skewered the absurdity, torching the DNC's tone-deaf strategy as more performance than outreach. In his words, and his delivery was, less politics, more parody.
Now, look.
It's because we used to have conferences at Harvard to figure out what the working class needs, and so now we're moving west.
You got to own who you are. I get it. These are the mini lobster roll people. But they had this symposium, and we got a hold of what was this is Speaking with American Men. This is a real thing that they're doing, and they have these seminars. Would you like to hear what was some of the? Okay. These are ways that they want to. Seminars that they had to try to win back the typical American male, like how to keep your liberal base while putting guns on your Christmas card. That was one.
Maher opened his roast by spotlighting just how disconnected the Democrats have become. His point was blunt. If they'd actually listened to the liberal, men drifting toward the center or even the right, they might have learned something. But instead, they've doubled down on woke politics. While everyday Americans stress over inflation, a shaky economy, and the country's slipping global standing, Democrats are busy pandering to Twitter activists and pushing virtue signals no one asked for. Maher didn't hold back, calling it less political strategy and more political suicide. Voters don't care about academic jargon or pronoun debates. They care about their paychecks, their families, and their future. Yet the Democrats keep performing for the activists while ignoring the people.
Best protein powder for a clean bulk. Another dude conversation starter. Bud Light etiquette. When to drink it, when to shoot it.
Now, this is comedy gold. Picture a Democrat trying to win your vote not by fixing the economy, tackling inflation, or making life easier, but by handing out tips on protein powder. Hey bro, have you tried plant-based pea protein? Seriously? That's your grand strategy? At that point, you're not looking at a political leader. You're looking at a wannabe fitness influencer. Meanwhile, voters are worried about jobs, gas prices, and global instability, and the DNC is stuck talking gym routines. Newsflash. People aren't bailing on Democrats over protein. They're bailing because their wallets are empty. If this is outreach, it's right up there with New Coke on the list of all-time worst pitches.
Fishing, the bizarre hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball. The only scene that you're obsessed with in Titanic, hint, it has tits.
Maher didn't let up, torching the Democrats for their ever more delusional schemes to win back male voters. At this point, nothing would. Shocked me if next week they launched a sex appeal strategy. I'd just shrugged. The logic seems to be men are brainless cavemen driven by one thing: boobs. So why bother with policy when you can just toss out a little cleavage and call it outreach? It's less political science 101 and more Maxim magazine cosplay. Maher nailed the absurdity, warning that if your master plan to re-engage voters boils down to thirst traps and TikTok gimmicks, maybe it's time to admit you're out of ideas.
Bruce Lee versus Bigfoot, mythical fight scenarios to man up your Joe Rogan appearance.
This is pure comedy. First, Joe Rogan, the left's former favorite bald, muscle-bound uncle, has drifted toward the center. Why? Because he barely recognizes the modern left. It's morphed into a self-parody, complete with clown noses and ideological gymnastics. Second, Rogan's podcast, alongside a few scrappy independents, has stolen America's attention by offering what mainstream media won't: raw, authentic takes that actually make sense. And the best part? While the left obsesses over dismantling traditional masculinity, Rogan leans into it, hunting, lifting, and saying whatever he wants. It's kryptonite to their narrative. No wonder he's blacklisted from the echo chamber.
Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it. And, undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance.
Left treats diversity and inclusion like it's some magic cure-all for America's problems. Inflation, crime, even spotty Wi-Fi. No worries, just host another sensitivity seminar and watch utopia appear. Meanwhile, the DNC clings to this obsession like a dog gnawing its favorite chew. Toil loud, relentless, and annoying everyone in the room. Cue Bill Maher, who didn't just target the ideology, he skewered the left's epidemic of beardless men. Because what's a man without a beard? A lion without a mane? A cowboy without a hat? Facial hair may not be policy, but for Maher it was the perfect metaphor. A left that's shaved off its backbone.